Canadian conservatives, I got some unsolicited advice for you, the type you're not going to like, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. You know what you sound like every time you say it's Trump's fault why Pierre lost? Do you know what you sound like every time you say it's Trump's fault why Pierre Poilievre lost? And not only did he lose the prime minister, but he lost his seat that he's held since 2004. That is embarrassing. Each time you say that, you sound like the 51st state of the United States of America. You validate Trump's points, why you need him. You validate why you see him as your head of state. So you're blaming the president for your governor losing in Canada. It is embarrassing because if you did not even view it that way, you would never even bring up the point. You would never say it's Trump's fault. You wouldn't. Because you're your own country. Who the hell that loses an election in a country where the opposing political parties' policies were so exposed the last 4 years during COVID that every country around the world knew how shitty things were in Canada, and you still didn't know how to make it win. You still didn't know how to win. And you lose your parliament, and you guys all acted like he was going to win and it was going to be a landslide victory. But no, it's Trump's fault. Of course, it's Trump's fault. No, it's Trump's fault. Because we view ourselves as the 51st state. Please, don't think I'm talking about every conservative in Canada. I'm specifically talking to the fanboy of Pierre Poilievre conservatives that were so convinced that this whole thing was going to be done. And all these other critics, you guys are such terrible critics and unfair. He's such a great man. I don't care how great of a man and a husband he is. The market doesn't give handouts of prime minister to great men and women. They give it to winners. You either win or you don't. They don't give it to victims, crybabies. It's not fair. It's Trump's fault. That is so unattractive. But you lost in a big way. And you handed it over to the guy that came up with the economic policies of Justin Trudeau. I don't know, again, I keep saying this, if I've seen anything more embarrassing than this. But stop blaming Trump for your loss. You sound like the 51st state every time you say that. That's all I think about when I hear everybody blame Trump for Canada losing. You are the 51st state. Or else act like you have your own country and stop whining about another country's head of state.